If you struggle to stay in shape and you're not sure why, look here. Hi, Will Perry here. Welcome to another Keeping the Conversation Alive episode. Hope you're well. Keeping in shape, that's quite a big industry, isn't it? All the different aspects of it. And if you struggle to keep in shape, you're probably not sure what the real issue is. And that could look like lots of different yo-yo diets, a classic thing. Fad workouts, things that you try and never really got on with, never really worked, never really got to the bottom of it. I mean, keto, Atkins, paleo, there's so many, vegetarian, vegan, vegan's just exploding at the moment, isn't it? But so many different diets, so many different exercises, so many different routines. The macros are wrong. You need to know your macros, counting your calories, doing Weight Watchers, doing Slimming World, doing whatever it is. If it doesn't work for you and you've tried loads of different things, but maybe you put it down to life getting in the way, just too busy, or if you had too much more time, you haven't got enough time. If you had more money, maybe because certain things it costs money to go to the gym, and what you get out at the end of it is the inevitable when you look in the mirror, or whatever it is. What do you do when you look in the mirror? Maybe when you haven't got so many clothes on. What do you do when you look in the mirror? I used to catch myself. I got this distinct memory. Catch myself. I did it a few times, but the one particular time it stuck. And that's an interesting thing, isn't it? When things stick in the mind, that picture. And what it was is I was doing the lawnmower. My wife was whistling at me. It was all quite fun, feeling quite light-hearted. But then I caught myself in the reflection of the the glass doors we had in that house at the time, and coming down the steps from the back garden where all the grass was, coming down towards the kitchen, and catching myself in the reflection of the glass, feeling like an Adonis hottie, and then going, ugh, as I saw my belly. It was so what do you do in the mirror, and if it's all positive, then cool. You clearly don't need that. Well, maybe you can, because you do you know those people who are gym bunnies but never happy. So we OCD in one aspect of our lives and compensating for the other. It goes both ways, this one. But if you struggled to stay in shape, maybe sometimes you think what it is. You think, yeah, I just need to do more of that. Yeah, I just need to do more of that, or less of that, and more of this, and then eat better. And I just wasn't eating better, and I know I need to eat better, and blah, blah, blah. But then you don't know why, because maybe you try that stuff, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't have the effect or the impact that you want it to or expected it to. And then it's really, really deflating. Can you relate to that? So then you put it down to the shoulds, the ought to, what you should do, you could do. But that doesn't cut it. The should do or ought tos don't cut it. Responsibility does, of course, being responsible, but maybe you don't put it down to responsibility. You're not responsible. Yeah, I know I could, should. So you put it down to those rather than thinking, what am I doing or not doing that I need to do? And even if you've been through that, then you think, it's just willpower. But it isn't willpower. Willpower alone will not do it. Willpower will run out. Willpower isn't internal motivation. You think willpower is that, but it isn't. It's different. Willpower won't do it. That isn't the answer. So being able to put yourself first is. Just run that past again. Being able to put yourself first is the answer. Being able to put yourself first is the answer. Sounds too simple, doesn't it? Sounds... What? Hey? What? Putting yourself first. How is that the answer? Because when you put others first, what happens is that you're giving other people precedence, or other items, other things to do, other chores, responsibilities. You're putting them first, and you whittle yourself down to not being the most important thing, not being the thing that you do first, not being the commitment to yourself, because you've got commitments strung out everywhere else. So you're one of those ones first, not yourself. Is this ringing true? Could this be the answer for anything? Because all diets work, all exercises work. It's just what often gets in the way is that we don't work them. So being able to put yourself first is the key and it might not be the key for everyone, but if if this is ringing true, this is the key for a lot of people. But of course, the industry doesn't work in that way. The industry doesn't go, oh, we need to go to a different industry, the one of self-development, to understand this, because even in self-development, it doesn't really come out to the forefront. So we try different things. We try different things in exercises or diet or whatever it is, approaches to work. But actually, the real problem is in here, we're not putting ourselves first. So my invitation to you is, well, let me get that slide up. To take the test, to see whether this is relevant to you, pertinent to you, the propensity that you have for negative thinking about yourself. And often when we say, oh no, I'm really positive, we're positive about other people, but when it comes to us looking in the mirror, and what that speaks of is the sensitivity to negativity we have about ourselves, and that's the key. So if you're going to put yourself first, do exercise, commit, not be derailed, not be put off, just to commit to something, then you have to put yourself first. To be able to put yourself first, you can't have the negative thinking. And the problem is that negativity goes in the subconscious, so you don't even realise it. You just think, oh no, I'm really positive, I'm optimistic, I'm but you are about everything else and everybody else. But when it comes down to you, that's when it crumbles. Does this make sense? If this makes sense to you, take the test, come engage in the conversation, because the exercise, the diet isn't the problem. The problem lies a little bit deeper. So maybe this is for you. Come and find out. Come and engage in the conversation, because it's really difficult to see people, but the expense of running around in circles, metaphorically or literally, going around in circles and your weight ballooning. I've seen so much of it through the COVID. I'm sure you have too. Through the pandemic, it's perfect time to get into shape, and most people ballooned. So what's going on? So I think I know what's going on. So, and I don't mean that arrogantly. So putting yourself first is the key, and that opens up a whole new approach to go first before then being able to commit to yourself and follow what other path you've tried that works for you in terms of exercise. I'm looking at my exercise chin-up bar. So whatever exercise or routine or regime works for you. And I'm not trying to push on a certain one, because whatever is right for you is right for you. But you need to clear the way first. I hope that helps. Hope that's interesting. Get involved in the conversation. If not, speak to you soon. Have an awesome week. Bye-bye.